10 days before the war, everything was heating up, and we made the decision to work abroad at least 1 month. I didn't expect that this work abroad will not be able to come to my city for 2.5 years. We're gathering critical infrastructure vulnerabilities in Russian and Ukrainian internet. So for Ukrainian to defend, Russia to exploit.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Crypto Business Show brought to you by Tokenmize. My name is Rob, and as usual we're providing content from industry professionals to industry professionals about any successes and challenges and learnings in the Web3 space. So today we have Dyma from Hacken, who's one of the co-founders, and they're in the security space in Web3. Welcome Dyma, thank you for being here.
Hey, thank you for inviting.
Yeah, it's amazing. We've been talking a little bit before the recording, and I thought it was quite interesting. Your journey also as an entrepreneur, moving from Ukraine, starting your company early in 2017, having your ICO with like an ethical version, right, for bounties, for bug bounties, and then kind of pivoting now, having like huge clients with the European Union and others, right, doing the security work, the auditing. So, I mean, you guys went through a lot, like any other crypto firm, right? And you're right at the top of it. Now you're in Abu Dhabi, right? You made another move. So, yeah, I'm very curious, right? So how do you look back on this journey so far, and what have been some of the learnings or challenges that you came across?
No, I mean, if it's from the entrepreneur perspective, I would say some simple stuff. Yeah, like never give up, and things like yeah, pivoting is okay, and but also believing in your initial idea is also what helped us what helped in our case to succeed. No, I mean, we are not like at the level of success that's we want to, but at least we are having big name clients, and our job is bringing good results to our clients. So yeah, but I mean, yeah, stay hungry always. We never paid some huge dividends or huge bonuses, and we always wanted to, to be a marathon runners rather than sprinters, and for that you have to grow your appetite slowly. Yeah, so yeah, I would say these things: hungry, never give up, and marathon runner.
Yeah, that makes sense. Some character building for sure is in place for the Web3 space, the volatile space. You mentioned earlier as well that you guys were kind of forced to move out of Ukraine because of the war. You guys moved 10 days before to Spain. And I'm guessing, and you mentioned this actually boosted your business in a way, right? Like getting out of your comfort zone, doing the traveling. Can you explain a bit more about that?
Yeah, sure. So we 10 days before the war, everything was heating up, and we made the decision to work abroad at least 1 month. And yeah, I didn't expect that this work abroad will end up not being able to come to my city for 2.5 years.
That is amazing. That was not in your expectations.
Yeah, so we gave to everybody $4,000 and we said buy the tickets immediately, and that's how they basically they went out. Because if we would say buy the tickets and we will compensate, I'm sure that that will not work. So we gave $4,000 everybody, said if you don't buy tickets within few days, it's gonna this offer gonna expire. So the guys did everything correctly.
Yeah, so it's not easy for some people, I guess, just making a move like that.
As I said, nobody was really thinking that that was for 2.5 years. People were thinking it's just for 1 year.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's quite
Well, I
amazing.
mean, for 1 month. Sorry. For
Yeah,
1 month.
exactly. Yeah, no, and you guys and your guys are in a way better off for it, right? You know, disregarding all the circumstances, which are of course quite sad and hard. But I guess your business didn't. You guys succeeded this despite of this, basically.
Yeah, like the first months of the war, like we were also actively participating in like cyber war, because it was our skill. So we did few deals. So we have united like really like biggest bug bounty platforms like Hacker One, Bugcrowd, and we were gathering critical infrastructure vulnerabilities in Russian and Ukrainian like internet. So like for Ukrainian to defend, Russia to exploit, and we also had the product, the DOS stress testing tool, that we made a call to Ukrainian people that if you want to participate in the war, but you don't know how and you're not ready to take the gun, like just download this application and become a part of the botnet that is the DOS and Russia propaganda websites, and not only Russia propaganda websites. So a lot of people, for like hundreds of thousands actually people, this tool helped to go through the most difficult months of the war. So they were feeling that they download this app. The like big Ukrainian and not only Ukrainian botnet is the Dosin Kremlin side, Russia propaganda side, and they feel that they are also, parts of the of millions of Ukrainians who are fighting back. So yeah, and this, like I remember this first months, as it was like we were working, I don't know, 18, 19 hours a day, like, non-stop. And I think a lot of people in our team, they either, like most of the people in our team, they changed. They either like gave up and they just lost the productivity, and but some of the team members, they became like superstars.
Yeah, so it's a bit of a transforming experience there for you
Yeah.
guys. So just switching a bit, because you kind of pivoted a bit away from initial ICO. So you're actually one of those early project that still has a token live. What is you? Are you still doing anything with the token, or
Yeah,
what are
yeah,
your?
of course. It's for me, for us, it's a lifetime journey. So we did like we're with our community for 7 years already. We didn't execute all the listing stuff. Obviously, it's very hard for an old token to get listed, but we still have we're still experimenting. We're still providing different utilities. So, for example, half a year ago, we had a campaign where we were exchanging basically RWA campaign, where our token holders could exchange their tokens to equity in Hacken with further token burns. So why not? Actually, it was surprised that not a lot of people wanted to do the swap because they believe that token is more liquid than equity. So it's interesting take. And right now we also have some interesting utility. So we will we will take 10% from our audit fees and we will put them as staking rewards, so that people could stake tokens for a short period of time, like 1 month. And the budget, like all the staking pool, it will be a budget for a bug bounty program to ethical hackers. So basically, people who want to participate in this reward pool, which will have pretty decent APYs, like 100% annual, they will bet that we didn't miss as auditors any critical mistake like during our job. So if our audit is good, then ethical hackers within 1 month will not find anything, so people will just earn good APY. If they will find critical mistake after our audit, basically the stake and pool will be distributed to ethical hackers and people will lose money. But at least it's good that we were before like ethical hackers found it, not the bad ones. So by doing that, I believe we will put some additional pressure on us to improve the quality, and of course it will be good better product to our customers, and we built another utility to our token. So I believe it's with healthy APY, not like printing money and creating just fake APYs from mint of new tokens, but like from real utility of our job.
Yeah. So those are two quite interesting utilities. So the first one is kind of like a whitelisting function for people to allow to invest in equity.
Yep.
That one wasn't as popular as you expected.
Yeah.
Right. So what was the amount of, what was the exchange rate, let's say? How did you determine?
Yeah, it was 1-to-1, actually, very good. So luckily I have 65% of equity in Hacken, so I just take 10% of my stake. We put this 10%, I sold it to SPV, Spanish SPV, and we tokenized 100% of the Spanish SPV shares. And so basically, it's like their shares of this SPV represented 10% of equity in Hacken. And I wanted to exchange all this 10% equity to 10% of the supply. But I guess the entry point was a little bit too high, because there was only 100 slots, and one slot at the time of the price, it costed around $80K, of course in high equivalent, and for a lot of people it was a little bit too much. So, but we still had I think 6 or 7 investors who became our token holders, who became our equity investors, which I'm very happy.
And what is the yield for them? So if they would become equity holder, they would be having the dividend distribution, right?
As I said, we don't pay dividends, so their bet is on either certain merger acquisition or sale of one of our R&Ds, which we are doing, which we are actively doing, or of course, which is like a big plan, certain public listing in future. So it's more like a hedge for them, because a lot of them, they have big bags. So like I better put have have the take in both equity and tokens.
Okay.
So we don't promise any dividends or yield. It's just like equity is like a legal binding, let's say like this.
Right. And so you still have quite an active engagement with your token holders.
We try. Of course, it's like a family, you know. We try our best, and and I still believe that we have the we uh, once we execute all our ideas, and there is still a lot of work, in our niche in Web3 security space. Uh, once we execute all the products, we can grow the community, and we can get to more fair, let's say, well, not fair. I would say, like, my job is to list our token my job as a token CEO is to list token at the best possible exchanges. So this job is not done yet, and I had to do it. I try a lot of different ways how to do it, but yeah, it's not. I will never give up. Try.
Yeah, exactly. I totally see that. And so, what do you've been in the space for a while, right? So, where do you think the space in general is headed, right? I mean, we have a lot of layer 2, we have new layer 1s. There's a lot of things happening in the background on the technology innovation part. What do you think where do you think the space is moving towards to?
I don't like where the space is moving, to be honest. Right now we are somewhere between gambling and forex, with the worst from both, unfortunately. Like gambling because the type of people that are in the industry, the drivers, current drivers, I mean, like people who are here because of speculation. And forex is the industry where everything is manipulated badly by exchanges. So and why I'm saying in the bad way, because gambling at least has some regulation, and you cannot like not all the, like, but at least betting companies, they have fair win ratios, not like crazy ones. While in crypto there is no regulation, there is no fairness, and the same in forex. Yeah, at least. Forex is more worse example. It's every exchange has own engine, and they are just playing the way to get maximum value from their clients. In crypto is the same, but the worst, because again, like forex exchanges, they are passing financial audits, they're passing certain certain IT controls, so that they cannot fraud badly. But in our case, exchanges can fraud really badly, like printing non-existent crypto, sending your deposits to other exchanges, and I don't know, manipulating with margin trading. So it's a lot of things that I would like to change in our industry. And unfortunately, DeFi summer was amazing boom, and that was boom of technology and innovations. And I still a big DeFi believer, but unfortunately, right now we have pump fun, launchpad. I don't know how to call it, and people are too lazy to innovate, but they rather like create pump fun token and do some crazy stuff in Discord. It's a little bit disappointing.
Yeah, so that's really from the
And layer
trading
twos,
side.
also layer twos. It step back from decentralization. All like majority of layer twos, they have sequencers issues, so they don't have decentralized sequencers, and it's something that's not bringing a lot of value to I mean industry, especially that much of layer two, and this jump in liquidity from one L2 to another with all this multi-ax CBILs. This is a mess, but
Yeah.
but it's fun. At least it's fun. It's not boring industry.
It's never boring, that's for sure. There's always something going on. But I mean, that's the current state, right? You're describing. But where do you think it might head toward, especially on the technology side, right?
Yeah, I would like to see more transparency. I would like to see way more transparency. Um, I had a lot of debates about about privacy and like transparency in crypto. But at least there should be transparency within the projects that raise money, and that's like that's more transparency on circulation supplies, more transparency on the trading, on the who is investor, what are the unlocks, so that people have more like truth information, not trusted information, but truth information to make the investment decisions. Like I really hate to see like KOL rounds pump and dump, crypto capital, crypto funds, shady investment deals, like huge like supplies at centralized exchanges from like day zero. This is something that I really don't like. So, but by the way, the pump fund, at least they innovated in fair launches. Like I think like their example led to some other interesting ways how project are launching their token, like like market cap goals. When you reach them, you go to DEX, and then I think their market cap goals can be also used as targets for unlocks, not time unlocks, but market cap unlocks. And there are some and with radical transparency on the whose wallets are whose wallets, and with people learning like uh, the not what is the correct naming of sniping attacks, like distributed sniping attacks. People now know these things, and now this distributed sniping attacks, when you launch meme coin, it's a scam flag. So I really like it's been it means that we're moving into the right direction. But yeah, so once again, I'm in for privacy when it comes to your money, when it comes to like if I don't want people to know my wallets and stuff that I earned, I don't know, during trading or something else, like from the secondary market especially, then please know. But if you are launching a project, I demand radical transparency, especially for all your investors, for all your wallets, for all the circulation supplies, for all the vestings. It has to be public, and preferably there should not be like any centralized exchanges from the day zero. And there should be very transparent relationship between exchanges and tokens. right now, again, like we don't have any idea like what needs to be done to get listed at Kotex or Bybit or Binance. Like, probably we heard like millions of dollars, and you need to give like 5% of supply or 20% of supply, or like fix some deposits. And I think this is very very wrong. I think this has to be changed and fixed. The listing rules, they should be transparent, very clear. Listing applications can be even public, just like Nasdaq, just like everything in the stock market. And I think we're gonna move there, and that's exactly why I actually relocated to Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, they're the front runners in all the regulations regarding that, and so that's definitely where it's most likely headed to, right? More regulations for a centralized entity, and hopefully, while keeping the freedom for decentralized entities to innovate and to provide transparent solutions for users.
It's Yeah. I always say that regulators, they are not our enemies, and yes, there are some very weird examples of, uh, especially from SEC. SEC, yes, Gary Gensler is the enemy for sure. Like but we disregard him. He's like United States politics regarding crypto is just stupid, destructive for themselves in the first place. Um, but I do work with a lot of European regulators, with Asian regulators, and they're not enemies. They are asking for help, and they don't take. And it's very wrong to think that the ultimate ownership of like maturity and health of our industry lies on them. No, it lies only on us as OGs, as people, as builders, as active people that are actively involved in the industry. This is our industry. We are the main players here, and it's our responsibility for this industry to be uh, fair, transparent, without scammers, hackers, and fraudsters. It's our responsibility, and regulators are only instruments in our hands. They are instruments in our hands, not we are working for them. So we have to uh, find a way how to cooperate with them, how to help them to bring rules that will make our industry more fair. So that's the whole point. But SEC is it's crazy, guys.
Well said. Well, let's end on a high note here that we should take the responsibility. We should clean up our own mess. In that sense, I love that, Dima. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for this episode, and thanks everybody for watching and listening. Goodbye.
Ciao. We never paid some huge dividends or huge bonuses. We always wanted to, to be a marathon runners rather than sprinters.